I'm Federica Battiato, and this is Buckingham News. Adam McGill, a 24-year-old international entrepreneur, paid a visit to Buckingham last week to give students advice on how to succeed in the business world. Sherwin Tan reports.
Last Wednesday, hoodie and yearbook entrepreneur Adam McGill arrived in some style at the university. A helicopter landing on Bellof Lawn takes some beating. Adam was scheduled to hold a talk at the Anthony Rothschild building later in the evening. Adam arrived on university grounds at 3:40 p.m. and was greeted by Nigel Adams, the head of business enterprise. Adam McGill is the managing director of Fizz Group, the leading supplier of school memorabilia in Britain.
I think it's great, and I want to come and I want to stand as kind of living proof that success at a young age is possible. And yeah, just, if I can give them a bit of a boost, the students a bit of a boost by giving them some advice that maybe I wish I had got, and some lessons that I have learned along the way, then that's great.
Adam held discussions with students through the course of the afternoon and shared his experiences about becoming a successful entrepreneur. Adam emphasized the need for a work-life balance.
And it's important that if, to reward yourself, it's something that I enjoy. I haven't got too many vices, so the helicopter is definitely one of them.
Adam is one of many speakers invited to encourage young entrepreneurs in Buckingham. The university continues to grow in their effort to nurture budding entrepreneurs. Sherwin Tan, Buckingham News.
Last Saturday saw the grand opening of the Community Outreach Centre. The revamped building will be a space to hold courses reaching people in the community who need support on a variety of levels. Toby Akbaji has the story.
The building of Verney Close, formerly the Red Cross Centre, had been taken over by St Peter and St Paul Church as a community outreach centre. The parish church will use the centre to bring the work volunteers do with vulnerable, lonely and isolated people closer to the town centre. The church has taken the building on a 2-year lease at peppercorn rent from Buckinghamshire County Council, and volunteers from its pool of some 300 will run bereavement, marriage enrichment and parenting courses there.
As well as the planned courses, the church hopes to offer horticultural therapy by creating space for people to tend a specially designed garden and set up a drop-in centre for a cup of tea and a friendly chat.
There is a history of caring services being provided here because it was home to the old Red Cross Centre. In the future, supported by St Peter and St Paul Church, but also by a whole load of people, some of whom are in the church and some of whom are not.
In addition to running a bereavement journey course, future proposed offerings include drug and addiction rehabilitation, divorce recovery, happy marriage maintenance, a young people's gardening club, a variety of support groups and pop-in and chat sessions. The Town Council will also be holding their weekly meetings in the centre.
I hope that there will be so many lives that has been touched by one of the many ministries that will run out of here, so many lives transformed, that the word will get out.
This new facility in Buckingham will be a further extension of Buckingham Care's ethos that reflects positive impact to serve the community for many years to come. This is Toby Barjay for Buckingham News.
Proving popular with residents in recent years, the annual food fair returned to Buckingham on Saturday. The fair brings together local producers from all around the Buckingham area to promote their food and drink. Tala Mirza reports.
Another successful food fair for Buckingham. If you were looking to find the best place to buy top quality food and drink in the Buckingham area, then the community centre on Saturday was the place to be. Brewers, chefs, bakers and other exhibitors had the opportunity to show off their impressive produce to local residents and visitors.
Basically, we're here to sell, but to give tastings, to let local people know what local produce is available.
Well, it seems quite good. Last year I didn't actually sell any products, I just did the cake decorating. So I've had quite a lot of interest in my tray bakes and cakes for people to take home.
Round 1 of the Great Buckingham Bake Off also took place at the fair. Judges were particularly impressed with Rosie Wood's first place Jaffa cake in the 14 to 18 years old category.
It is quite tough, but you have to achieve a certain standard. And they all go into the final on the 12th of March, which will be held in the Wells Street Church at 1 o'clock. So you can all come and do the whole thing again.
The quality of the cakes over in the Great Buckingham Bake Off is just absolutely delicious.
It's well populated, well supported, and it was very interesting, and we bought some chutney.
So whether you're after the artisan confectionaries or the perfect brew, the Buckingham Food Fair shows just how much variety there is in our town. This is Tala Mirza, Buckingham News.
In other news, last Thursday at 12 a.m, 2 men in dark clothing and their faces covered broke into the ATM machine outside Waitrose and Meadow Walk in High Street. Police were not able to confirm the amount of cash taken, but according to staff, a sum in the area of £40,000 was stolen after the thieves used a gas to blow apart the machine and fled the scene in a dark-coloured car. The police are seeking any witnesses and can be reached on the anonymous tip line 0800 555 11. University of Buckingham students have been using hundreds of food bank items in the last year, according to the MK Food Bank. The university has its own food bank providing free food for students struggling with money, including fresh produce and donation from local retailers and the MK Food Bank. The University of Buckingham Bookshop is holding an exhibition of students designed for media projects. The first-year students' out-of-bounds photos have been mounted inside the bookshop and will be competing for a prize. Any visitors to the store is able to vote for the favourite and will also be in with a chance of winning a £20 book voucher. According to the Complete University Guide 2016, the University of Buckingham ranks second in student satisfaction. Is this a true reflection of student happiness? In this university, as is popularly said, the best years of a person's life. Mino Magami went to find out.
A survey by the Daily Mail showed that people aged between 34 and 54 are most likely to value university as their most important life experience. Of all the surveyed participants, 73% of 18 to 24-year-olds wished they had more experiences at university. 57% of people consider university to be the best period of their life, with 3 of 5 people wishing they could go back and relive their experiences. What do the students at the university think?
I think it's probably true. You basically get to come somewhere like this, you have a good time, you learn an awful lot, a lot more than you would or you did at school.
University is the best time of your life, because this is the period in your life where you have to experience and where you have to plan for your future.
It's supposed to be true, but so far it hasn't been for me, but that's what I've heard.
Nostalgia makes many things pleasant, and the present realities of student life exaggerate both its pains and its pleasures. At Buckingham, you only have 2 years to decide. This is Mina Ogomi, Buckingham News.
Buckingham students are not being given student discounts on a popular bus route that runs between Oxford and Cambridge by Buckingham Town. Stagecoach charges Buckingham students without an NUS card the standard auto fare, despite those with Oxford or Cambridge IDs being given discounted prices. Paul Rutland went to investigate.
University of Buckingham students are being refused student discounts in favour of those from the universities of Oxford or Cambridge on Stagecoach's popular X5 bus route.
A University of Buckingham student ID is not a valid form of identification on the route that runs between Oxford and Cambridge, forcing students without an NUS card to have to pay the higher standard fare.
The usual student discount amounts to £1.70 off a single to Oxford from the centre of town, but university students have been charged the full £7.50 fare when those from Oxford or Cambridge would not.
And this is something we can look at, but we can't promise because their headquarters is not in Buckinghamshire, so it might be a trick as well, approaching them and getting them to give us discounts.
A report by the National Union of Students and the Association of Colleges last year found that only 49% of further education students can always afford their travel costs. In a statement, NUS National President Megan Dunn said, "These worrying statistics show just how prohibitive travel costs can be to the millions of students studying at colleges, on training courses and apprenticeships across the UK." Stagecoach have told Buckingham News that they only recognise NUS or ISIC endorsed university student cards. Despite the fact that the University of Buckingham is NUS endorsed, presentation of the card when purchasing a ticket does not guarantee the student fare.
This route is the most convenient into Oxford, making it a certified must for students trying to get here or home. But the lack of recognition for their cards makes it a frustrating additional expense. This is Paul Rutland, Buckingham News.
A national petition to give all children a Meningitis B jab for free has received more than 800,000 signatures. Over 1,000 of those signatures were from Buckingham. The jab, currently just given to newborns on the NHS, would now be debated in Parliament. Robiato Boboy went to find out more.
Currently the most signed petition in parliamentary history, the fight to give all children the Meningitis B jab has also garnered widespread support in Buckingham. More than 1,700 people have signed the petition, which started following the death of 2-year-old Faye Burdett on Valentine's Day. The disease mainly affects young people between the age of 1 and 30 and has a death rate of between 5 and 10% for those who are diagnosed.
Everybody knows about is the rash that can come up. They can have fits, and they can obviously it can be a fatal disease as well. So there's quite a few features of it. It can be quite non-specific, difficult to diagnose.
Parliament are set to discuss the issues set out in the petition, but until then, the fight continues to show public opinion. This is Rabiatu Popoy reporting for Buckingham News.
And now, over to sport with Lisa Collins.
Thank you, Federica. The British Cheerleading Association, in partnership with the US All-Star Federation, changed their safety rules last December. They now restrict teams and their routines. Sophia Bunker went to find out if our cheerleading champions are in line with the new safety regulations.
The British Cheerleading Association, founded in 1984, is the UK's original cheerleading event provider, has limited the amount of stunt groups and the fundamental makeup of cheerleading.
The rule changes include general rules on imminent safety concerns, as well as changes to specific terminology to define stunts. The British Cheerleading Association competitions will no longer offer partner stunts, solo, duo or trio divisions.
Yeah, as a team we have made loads of adjustments. We make sure that everyone has a spotter when we're doing like dangerous stunts. Our rules, we are not allowed to talk while stunting, it's very dangerous. Always focus on the flyer and we spot each other and make sure that everyone's okay at all times.
Curry and colleagues analysed data from a US National Registry of high school sports injuries from 2009 through 2014. There were 793 cheerleading injuries. The limits only allow for 1 stunt group entries per team per age group. This is Sophia Bunker reporting for Buckingham News.
A postgraduate student at the University of Buckingham was selected in the 2016 training squads for England's Rugby University League. The squads were announced last week. Michael Akabundu has the story.
31 players were selected from various universities in the country to play a North versus South origin game that took place earlier this month. Fraser Marjorie Banks, student of University of Buckingham who represented the South of England in this match, is now part of the 31 players selected in the national training squad.
I was at Leeds Met, old university, and they were probably the top team in the country. They went 10 years unbeaten without losing a game within Bucks. From there I got scouted, to go to basically Yorkshire University, and Yorkshire University students. From there I got asked to just try to continue really, try to persevere with it. Then obviously I graduated, moved down south, joined Buckingham University, went to an open trial and just went through the selection procedure that was from there really.
We congratulate Fraser for being selected for the 2016 England training squad for the England's Rugby University League. We wish him luck in the rest of his matches. This is Michael Okobundu from Buckingham News.
The University of Buckingham's football team continued their run of defeats at the weekend in the Division 1 League. The university side played away to Deanshanger Athletic Reserve. Vilda Elgon was at the match.
The match started off with Buckingham in the lead. The first goal was scored 20 minutes into the match by Buckingham player Oluwitoluba Akinbiyi, followed by a second one only 10 minutes later. Deanshanger attempted to even out, and only minutes before halftime, the score was 2-1.
We've got to settle down. Boys, calm the ball.
Well, it was a good game. I think we played well, but we have a couple of weaklings, and I think we got exposed today.
Deanshanger returned strong after halftime. Buckingham was unable to regain their dominance from the first half, and Deanshanger won the match 5-4.
Yeah, well happy. We've been struggling lately, like real struggling for wins, so that's a big boost. I mean, these guys are bottom of the league, but they're a good team, aren't they? Everyone in this league's good, so just turn up and work hard. Enjoyed it.
Buckingham's rank in the Division 1 league remains the same, with more matches to go this season.
The match concluded at 5-4, with Dean Sanger winning over Buckingham by 1 point. This is Velda Elgan reporting for Buckingham News.
And now, back to the studio.
The first ever University Mental Health Day will be held later this week. Student welfare will have drop-in sessions, a mind tree and other events running on Thursday, 3rd of March. We send Noor Balman to find out more.
Let's Get Our Heads Together is the theme of the first ever University Mental Health Day organised by Student Welfare. The event will focus on how people can take care of their own mental health as well as what they can do to support others.
We'll be giving away free fruit and some sweets for those that don't like fruit. We've blocked out drop-in sessions with myself, who's a mental health advisor, and the university counsellor, so they're all blocked out. We will have a mind tree, which is an ornamental tree which you can come and write your helps and your tips about mental health, and you can place it on the tree or you can write on a balloon.
Timing of the event coincides with a recent update to Facebook, who have instigated their suicide prevention tool. Created with help from the Samaritans, the tool advises people who are feeling suicidal and connects them with specialist support teams.
It is very important because it spreads the word. Mental health notoriously had a stigma attached to it, but that stigma is finally relinquishing.
University Mental Health Day will take place on the 3rd of March. The event will run from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Thursday and is open to both students and staff at the university. This is Noor Bahman for Buckingham News.
Fresh from the Buckingham Food Fair, Alisa Lee found a recipe for a meal that will make your mouth water.
We all like to support local trade, and with so much variety on offer here at Buckingham Food Fair, we spoke with Sarah Butler from My Secret Kitchen about their favorite recipe using Mediterranean olive oil and honey lemon myrtle glaze.
All you need to do is peel your prawns, coat them in the honey lemon myrtle glaze, and then saute them in the Mediterranean olive oil, and you're ready to eat.
We decided to try the recipe for ourselves. Place prawns in a bowl and toss in oil. Place honey lemon myrtle glaze and toss to cold well. Heat a non-stick frying pan over medium heat and saute prawns for 2 minutes. Turn and cook for another 2 minutes or until golden and cooked. Not only is using locally produced food good for Buckingham, but this honey lemon myrtle glazed prawns is definitely good for my taste buds. This is Alisa Lee for Buckingham News.
Thank you for watching Buckingham News. We'll see you